Hello and welcome back to Miwuvcraft. Don't mind me, ignoring the fact that I have lost a piece of redstone that will have despawned. I am atop a pile of ore. There's a lot here, which is why I wanted to mine it. The most important bit in here is going to be the 105 diamond ores. I want to see if I get near 300 or if it's less than that. Because for a sample size, 100 is appropriate. On the bright side, the amount of ores here will allow me to do stuff with ore. I'll have more than enough quartz where I should be able to actively engage in the creation of my base. There'll be that much redstone. That I might actually end up full inventory before I reach the diamonds. I might actually end up having to jump off this because I am using Fortunia with the Fortune 3 enchantment. And that just means that, in theory, I'm going to have a full inventory. Well, here's the tip of the diamonds. I don't have inventory though, so I'm gonna probably die in the process of getting down. Unless I... Oh. I didn't die. However, I failed the parkour. I was gonna try and jump. I wasn't denying the sheer amount of ores I had. You can't even see the diamonds. Well, you can tell that they're there if you look hard enough, but you can't even see the amount of diamonds. And then you've got to look at all the wonderful ore that I've got with the diamonds. Hundreds. Stacks and stacks of 64. Still got a ways to go though. Back to the top and let's continue. There we go. That is everything. So this is everything I have collected. Let me organize in terms of block types. There is, from that session of collecting, 2,520 individual pieces of redstone and 218 diamonds. I want to say 218 is a lot. Considering the fact that I now have 229, I only had an additional 11 diamonds, so I've skyrocketed. So my current thoughts are, if I could create a super smelter of some sort, then I can just dump items into it and walk away. I am thinking if I do that, I want it to be fueled by lava. Because there's a lot of lava in my way in the mine, and if I could get a shulker box full of lava buckets, then at that stage, I've just got a heap of lava. I may as well use it. It may not be the most efficient use of iron, but that's not what I'm after. I'm after the efficient smelting of everything else. I have a lot of redstone. I do know someone has an iron farm. Might be worth looking into that at some point. Let's see if I can find all the quartz ore that I have. Essentially, this is now a let's find and collect all the ore that I have access to. So I've gone and collected every type of ore block in my base. Here we go, the end of the line. So this is every ore I have available to me. At this stage, though, the copper can't be broken back down into ingots, I don't think. However, and the quartz are building blocks now. But the main ores, I think I have a lot of ore. That is ignoring the diamonds and the emeralds and the netherite. Also, may I introduce you to Silky 2? I'm afraid Silky 1 was unattended in the nether, and it snapped in half during a netherite spree. Man, I told Silky 1 to get off that netherite stuff, man. And look what happened to him. I've had to go to his brother, number 2. How I mine out the nether looking for netherite is probably a bit excessive. However, now, where did all these piglins come from? I know where they came from. You shouldn't have asked for a fight that you knew you weren't going to win. I have completely stripped out the nether down on this level. And I have lost a pick in the process. I am surprised that no one has commented, which suggests to me that no one's probably run into this massive network of nothingness. Like, it's not neat, that's for sure. There is no neatness going into this underground mining session in the nether. But at the same time, I get a lot of quartz, I get gold, I get ancient debris. So it can't be horrible. I mean, the only other way to get quartz is to make use of villages. I suppose bartering gives a little bit of quartz in the process too, doesn't it? But still, the main way would be the stonemasons. Because these fellas give quartz down the bottom. I've also been busy. I've been mining. I currently have a bunch of diamonds for the next time I decide to break them down. And I'm going to just throw all this netherrack in. I have a bunch of lava. I'm out of lava buckets. I thought I had more than what I currently do. And before someone goes, arcane, lava buckets? Why? Well, I'm sure it's not economically efficient to use a lava bucket, and you waste a lot if you're only smelting a small amount. But that's why I dumped all that netherrack in there. I'm not wasting the fuel by smelting everything I can possibly smelt. So all the way down in my cave here, my not so small cave, let's see if I can jump across. Well, there's lava in the way. There's lava everywhere down here. Nope, I'm in the wrong section of the cave. It's not that one that I was mining, it's down this way. So yeah, sure, it's inefficient to use the lava buckets themselves for fuel. However, when lava is just going to be in your way, what's stopping me from removing it and just making use of that lava? I don't think there is anything stopping me from using the lava. And if I had shulker boxes, I would be getting shulker boxes full of lava buckets. due to the simple reason of, well, the lava's just in the way, and if I could remove it while making use of it in the process, I will. As such, automatic smelter running off lava buckets. It should be noted, I suppose, as well, that down this tunnel, almost directly in line with my base, because of course it is, all the way down here in one breath of air from my lungs, is some lava. But it's not just any lava. I've gone past it. That tells me I've gone past it. The walkway is here. No, here. So all the way here, almost directly in line with the bottom of my base, is something to be feared. Dun, 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 dun. Voila! A cave. I almost said a massive cave. It can't be a massive cave, can it? It absolutely can't be. There's no way it would be a massive cave. It's just not possible. It couldn't possibly be a massive cave filled up with deep, dark skulk, filled up with mobs, filled up with lava, filled up with horrifying memories. There's no way it could be that type of cave. No way at all. No way at all. It's absolutely perfect. It's a perfect cave. It's not a massive cave filled with death. Okay, I'm lying. This is a cave of death. In fact, it has taken my life before on video. This is indeed the massive basement. Somehow, I have ended up directly in it. I didn't realize it was so close to my base. Wherever the torches are, I've actually been. And someone's been down here breaking the screeches. Ooh, diamond. Ooh, screeches. Is it just one? Nope, there's another one. I have uses for whatever I can grab. I want to get the screecher here. And I think that's diamond. Yoink. So yeah, I've ended up in the massive cave system once again. Which tells me that some of this lava that's been getting in my way over here is probably part of this cave. Like over this way, if I head to the right a fair bit, I will probably find a way back into my cave. My mind system probably connects back into here. Because this does look like I've been here. To a degree. That torch suggests presence. Huh. It went the way I would have gone. Naturally. So if I cross this bridge that can't have been placed by me, I reckon there was diamonds up there from memory. If I go around here, is it this section? No. That looks like it. So, essentially, I'm back in my mind system. Like, if I just keep walking this way without a care in the world, I'm going to come right back to here. Directly that way from my base is the mine. Which, to me, suggests that my escape from the mine in the first episode is off that direction. Directly that way to the left slightly. Which means I've gone all the way across and then double backed. No wonder why I feel like I ended up so close to spawn. I practically did a U-turn halfway out somewhere. I'm going to blame the lag that I had that day. It was bad lag. There was a lot of it. And it wouldn't let me just be myself. Now let's evenly distribute some lava. And since Silkian is almost dead from netherite, I'm going to take Silky number 2. Now, before I end the episode, thought I'd mention what I plan on doing in the next one. Other than I am clearing out a wide space here, which I'm going to make a fake fortified wall on one side that's decorated in order to prevent people from accidentally running into it and to keep mobs out. I have a bunch of resources just sitting in a chest. This is intended to be used in the next episode, every last one of them. I have found a YouTube video to follow a specific tutorial in. Because let's face it, I don't know a thing about farms. And someone's got to tell me what to do what I want. And I've come up with a palette for my building of white as well. I've thrown out the calcite. I'm going with quartz, wool, white concrete powder, and white concrete. I think it works. I am attempting shadow gradient instead of gradient for age and texture, if I can. I mean, the wood is probably going to be just texture. But for some of the corner bits, especially with this white stuff, I wanted to try my hand at shadow coloring. Shadow gradient with the color white. And I'll do it here. That same white. So I'm going to wrap this around. When it gets to there, I'm going to raise it up the wall and run it across to there. And my little statue thing is going to go up top there in the same palette. I suppose here is a good place to end this episode. Therefore, thank you again for deciding to watch. I am in the process of trimming the second episode. I don't even know what episode number this one is. But I'm in the process of trimming them down because I don't know how to edit. But I know how to trim down a video so it's just not a bunch of weird, awkward silence and the occasional oh yeah, that I have noticed comes out of my mouth randomly. You may not notice it, but I do. Is it because I'm the one that trims my own videos? I'm going to leave it here. So, thank you again for watching. And have a good rest of your day.